Hello guys, welcome back. So now here we are in withholding tax. So what we have done the configurations, right? Now we'll talk about the testing part. So okay, so whatever this tax type and tax code has been created, guys, that is going to be assigned here into vendor master. Okay. Now one more thing I said that even you can assign like here one tax type and one tax code is there, right? Okay. So if one vendor may supply two different kind of services. One vendor is giving, let's suppose, may give two different kind of services. Then what is happening? Even you can assign a different tax type and tax code also. So that is like how it is at the time of invoice posting. User has to select the correct tax type manually. Okay. So now, first of all, okay. So you just do one thing. Go to FP60 and we'll post an invoice. So here TM33. Look at here, guys. For TS33, look at here. Basic data, payment details, taxes, notes. These are the tab which is appearing, right? Now, change the company code here and make it TM33. Press enter. So for TM33, look at here. Withholding tax tab is going to appear by default because we have done the setting and this withholding tax activations we have done for this particular company code, guys. Okay, so now here it is appearing. Earlier, before withholding tax configurations, it was not there, right? Now give your company code, guys, and give your particular date. Give amount in round figure itself here and here once again. Okay, press enter. Once you press enter, number in 02 is missing. Okay. So to clear document type, make it 0. Save it. Okay, so click on simulate. Nothing is appearing. Why, guys?
We didn't do the logistics study, sir. Logistics.
No, but that error should appear, right?
So, sir, we didn't click the checkbox, sir, in configuration.
In configurations, what I did?
While we extended the activation, no,
Uh-huh. That activation was not done.
there we need to click the checkbox.
Look at here. Here itself, it is nothing is appearing. So it means somewhere we have made a mistake. maybe in configurations. Checkboxes, I think I have already done this. These are all things we have already done. Tax code, tax type, everything is done. Posting, define accounts for assignment we have already done, I think. TM33. Okay, look at here guys, the mistake which I have made, it was for TM10 I have done, right? We are supposed to do for TM33. 31. So that is the mistake which I have done. And now I think activation I think I have already done. Let me check it. Logged by someone. Okay. Now, still it is not. We have already done 30 and 33. Calculations, tax type and tax code that we have already done, right? And posting. So here GL account assignment is already done. Right, 2002. 2002. Everything is fine, right? Then why it is not appearing, guys?
I think so. From logistics side, we didn't, sir.
No. That should appear like in the form of error
Different
actually.
error. That should be different error.
That
It
should
makes sense.
appear in the form of error, right? Logistics size, that is not our part. So if it is appearing in the form of error, then will, right? Now it is appearing here, but simulate. Why it is not appearing, guys? Somebody has made some kind of is there anything? Nothing is done for our tax code, right? T1 and T1. Okay, this is fine. And what about the tax code? Here also it is fine, right? Posting indicator, everything is fine only. So we have defined the tax type, we have defined the tax code, and tax type to company code. Here also it is fine only. What is the issue, guys? TM33. Okay. Activate. That activations we have already done. TM10. Now it is for TM33. We have activated, right? And here assignment also we have done this much only. It is required. But still, page 60. RS. So it is appearing, but the tax is not getting calculated, right? And it is okay. Now here, guys, I think yes. There is a problem. There is a problem in the sense like it should not be in display mode, guys. It should be in what to say. So where is the problem? The problem will be there somewhere. Go to slash and OB C4 and what is the which one we are using, guys? We go to slash OB Y6. So problem is there in the field status. TM00 OBC4. So this field status group we are using, right? What we have to do, yeah, make it optional. Okay, at least withholding tax code itself remaining, if it is not there, it's okay. So you make this all optional. Now I think it was suppressed, right? So suppressed in the sense like if you here in this one, like it is appearing, it is showing in display mode. But if you use F-43, guys, there the withholding tax itself will not appear. Say withhold because that field itself is suppressed, right? So if withholding tax itself is not going to appear, then how system is going to calculate the taxes, right? That is the problem. Now hopefully it's any amount. Yes. Now look at here at bottom. Vendor this one subject to withholding tax. This message must appear, right? Now, here the withholding tax is going to appear. So if you have two different tax code or multiple in the sense like max to max 2 or 3 it is going to be, guys. Multiple doesn't mean that huge number of tax code and tax types will be there. So even if other tax codes are also there, then that is also going to appear. Look at here. Right now it is in editable mode, right? So here, simulate, just press enter. Now, so look at here, guys. The calculation is perfect, right? And even like manually also there is, okay, I'll explain a very simple scenario here. So there, like if you want to manipulate the taxes, like let's suppose if I give 50, let's see what is happening, guys. Base amount must be entered. So base amount itself, if I'm going to make it 500, then it is going to be 50. Now it is like, we delete. So here 500 and here if I keep 50, then what happened? Now it is okay. So manually also, guys, manually also we can change the amount here. But generally what happened, guys, generally what is happening, system is going to calculate this automatically. Okay. Now if you post it, then we are going to get, oh my god, how it is posted, guys. System has not found any error. Let me check it. There must be some error, right? Okay, the TDS was not posted actually. Now if I simulate, yeah, now if I save it, then we'll be having error, right? So the first error is, as I said, like PAN is mandatory, PAN number. So PAN number we must have to specify. Where it is going to be specified, guys? It is simple here. So PAN is always going to be specified here in vendor master. Okay. So in vendor master, I'll tell you. So here there will be a field called CIN. Sin tab will appear. CIN here, right? That is going to appear. But generally it is not appearing, right? So why it is not appearing, guys? It is, see, for everything there is a kind of authorizations to be given by the basis team, right? So for me there is no authorizations and it's pretty simple, guys. That activation, because my user ID, I'll just do one thing. There is a transaction code OMT3E. Here you have to double click on user screen reference and here simply assign your user ID. That's it. Okay. Now if you do one thing, okay, yeah, I'll have to make it like transaction code. So now, okay, so OMT3E transaction code you have to use, and there you need to assign. The way I have assigned my user ID, in the same way you have to assign your user ID, right? Then the SYN tab is going to be activated. Click on back button, press enter once again. Now look at here, SYN details. It is appearing here. Click on withholding tax, and here we are going to I've given a PAN number. Save it. Okay. There is one additional error is going to appear, guys, and that is not relevant to this one, our module, right? It is from logistic side. It is from side, and in real time, what will happen, guys? That error will not appear. Why? Because if you talk about the tax related configurations, guys, it will be done from FI side, right? At the same time, it will be done by people also. It will be done by SD people also. Okay, lots of configurations are going to be done by those people. So now press enter. Now again, if I save it, try to post it, the next error is press enter. Okay, so this TD certificate number range, you just do one thing. This is coming from somewhere. It is coming from okay. So go down, guys. Here I think logistic, general, and then keep on coming down. Tax on goods movement, India, and basic setting, and then company code setting. So here simply I'm going to give the company code TM33. That's it. Starting month you can give like April. No need to do anything. And this is not our part, guys. This is not going to be done by us. It will be done by from side. Now you press enter. Press enter. So transaction got posted. Okay. So pretty simple, guys. Now here, okay, there is one more thing I have to explain. Let's suppose I'm having multiple vendor, right? This vendor, every vendors are supplying it, like we are taking similar services from every vendor. So if we talk about the taxes, guys, right? So same tax percentage, every vendor should be eligible, like whatever the tax, let's suppose 10%. From every vendor, 10%, 10%, 10% will be the tax percentage, right? Now, what next? So let's suppose there is one vendor and that vendor is having 60% exemption certificate. 60% exemption certificate. So how much tax is going to be paid by this vendor, guys? Let's suppose 70% exemption certificate is there. So how much tax is going to be paid by this vendor? There is an invoice worth of 1000 rupees. So how much tax will be paid by this vendor, guys? Anyone?
Only 3%, sir.
So 1000,
300, right, sir?
1000.
300. It should be 300 if it's 70% exemption, right, sir?
No, my question is like I'm
No,
having an invoice worth of 1000.
70% from 10, from that 10 we have to release. No, so that's why.
Now how much TDS supposed to be deducted? Tell me in terms of amount, guys. It's a mathematical
30,
calculation.
30,
30.
30. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Fahad, you want to say something?
No, sir, no.
Okay. So yes, it's 30 only. 300 is not there yet because 300 means like it's all right. 10% of. Okay, so 70% exemption means what, guys? 70% means what is the 70% of 10? That is 7%. So 7%, you can say a discount is given by tax department to this particular vendor due to any reason, right? So now here only 3% tax for this vendor, 3% tax supposed to be deducted, right? So now we are having for 10% already we are having a tax code T1. Now for this vendor, 3% tax supposed to be. So what to do for this? Do we need to set up a different tax code? Yes, no. Guys, we have only one tax code, right? Which is responsible for 10% deductions. Now we need 3% deductions. So do I need to set up another tax code, guys, for this one or not? How 3% is going to be deducted? Fahad, you want to say something?
We can extend this tax code to include that 3%. Is
We
that
can
how it is,
extend.
sir?
So how to extend, you tell me? Like we are having the tax code. So how to extend this tax code? So already 10% we have already given, right? In a particular tax code. Now 3% deduction is required. Here. So here 10% we have already given, right? Now what to do? Do you want to make any changes here or like what? Any answer, guys?
We can assign an exception for that particular vendor in that vendor master.
Okay. Any other solution, guys? Your voice is not appearing. Your voice is not coming first.
No, sir. I was thinking we can write that 3% in that box with tax rate fraction.
No. So this is not the correct answer here because 3% if you are going to write 3%, right? So what about remaining other vendors? So for other vendors also, since the same tax code is there, so for these vendors also 3% deductions are happening, right? So I'll tell you guys, it's a very simple logic is there, but the lots of people who doesn't know this concept, they're going to make blunder here. Blunder in the sense like, see, that interviewers are very clever and they will like ask, questions like, so the same situation will be given, saying that let's suppose I'm having 10 vendors. Out of 10, like all vendors are giving similar nature of, we are taking similar kind of services. So what is happening, guys? If you talk about the tax percentage, so from every vendor, same percentage of TDS is going to be deducted, right? So for that we have created a tax code, and that is assigned to the vendor master, right? Now, one vendor is there which is having 70% or 60% of exemption certificate. That's about 70% of exemption certificate. So what will happen in that case? In that case, that vendor, from that vendor only 3% TDS is supposed to be deducted, right? So now you tell me as a consultant what to do. Do you want us to create a new transaction, new tax code, guys? So I'll tell you, 99% of the people will say yes, we need to create a new tax code, right? And the moment you guys says that yes, we need to create a new tax code, immediately the question is going to be changed, right? Because the people, if the question, if the answer is the, see here, most confusing part is first of all, interviewer has asked the question, right? And at the same time, even the answer, a clue is also given by interviewer itself that do we need to set up a new tax code, right? So if it is that easy, people will not ask the questions. But it's a kind of trap where multiple people are going to stuck there itself. So the moment you say yes, then the question is going to be changed. Now you'll say, okay, let's suppose instead of 10, now I'm having 10,000 vendor. Okay, so 10,000 vendors are there, out of which 1,000 vendors are there which is having exemption certificates, and every vendors are having different exemption percentage. Like let's suppose 70%, 70.25%, 70.5%, 70.75%, right? 10%, 10.5%, 10.75%, right? 11%, 11.25%. Likewise, let's suppose 1,000 exemption certificates are there to the 1,000 vendors, and everybody are having different percentage. So what to do in that case? You're saying that you need to define a new tax code. So in that case, it's like 1,000 vendors are there, and everybody are having exemption certificates, right? And their exemption percentage is different. So in that case, as per your answer, we need to define 1,000 tax code. So this is not feasible actually, right? 1,000 tax code is not going to be decided. It's not going to be defined. So the pretty simple answer is what you have to say. Okay, so here, say itself, you'll be having options. Okay, press enter. Not here in withholding tax tab. So here we are going to specify the exemption percentage. Let's suppose 70%, so 70. 50% means 50. 40% means 40. That you have to give over there. Exemption number means vendor will be having exemption certificates also. So they will send you the soft copy. That exemption certificate, on every certificate a particular specific code will be there. Certifications ID will be there, or certification number will be there. Those numbers are going to be specified here. And here exemption regions, right? We have to define a 2-digit code. Let's suppose SG I've given. It's a semi-government vendor, let's suppose, or any other codes also will be there. Exemption from and to. So whatever the exemption certificates are there, guys, this exemption certificates will be having certain validity. It is valid for a particular financial year, right? Again, in next financial year, what will happen? It is going to be revised. Okay, in that case, maybe the exemption percentage may be more or less. So here, that's it. Now, save it. So now based on, so now here what is happening, guys? Now, so look at here, the tax percentage will be simple. System is going to read out the tax percentage, tax code first, right? Tax code is T1. In T1, we have given 10%. At the same time, system is going to read out this exemption percentage also, right? So all these calculations in the background already programs are specified, guys. It is already the logics are written in the background. Okay, in the background, in the background of SAP, the multiple logics are there. Right? That is why, see, when we post a transaction, guys, in background, multiple programs are going to be triggered, right? So now here T1 means 10% we have given, whereas 70% exemption is there. So whatever the 10% is there, that is it could be calculations could be in a different way. So 70% of 10, 3%, right? Or else, what is the 10% of 1000? That is 100. And what is the 70%? That is 70. 100 minus 70 equals to 30. So that is, so calculation could be in any way, guys, but the calculation must be 30 only, right? And of course, it is going to happen. So let now look at here. Exemption is getting calculated, right? So in this case, what you have to say, guys, see, when people ask that do we need to create a new tax code, right? So we cannot say that no, we can't create. Of course, if we create, then also our requirement is going to be meet, right? The requirements are going to meet. But generally, the clever answer will be, instead of like whatever clue is given by a consultant, right? That do we need to create a new tax code? So you can say that yes, even if we create a new tax code, with the help of a new tax code, also the requirement is going to be meet. There is no issues. But some challenges are there. And then they'll ask what challenges, right? So challenges in the sense like if one or two vendors are there, we can create a new tax code. But what about if several vendors are there who is having exemptions certificates, right? And that case, every vendors are having different percentage. In that case, we need to set up multiple tax code, right? And if we are going to set up multiple tax code, more number of tax code, then the problem will be for end user, right? End user means what happened, guys? End user means this field is not appearing. Do I need to give about some? Okay. So end user means if they are going to search the tax code, right? So what do you have to say? If end users are going to search the tax code, several tax code will be there. It will be quite difficult. Like if we are having option of 1000 tax code, right? So to select or to find a particular tax code, it is going to take around 15-20 minutes to check out, right? So that is why you have to say that if less number of exemption certificates are there and if the client is rigid that we need a separate tax code, then that can be created. There is no issues. But the challenging thing is like if we are having more number of vendor who is having exemption certificate and every vendors are having different percentage. In that case, if we are going to manage with the help of tax code, then we have to create multiple tax code. Instead of that, SAP has already given an options, and as for that, simply we are going to specify the exemption percentage in the vendor master itself. So how the calculation is happening, guys? So first of all, the tax code is also assigned to the vendor master, right? Exemption percentage is also assigned to the vendor master. So automatically, once we simulate the transactions and all, whatever exemption is there, that is going to be deducted, right, from a particular tax amount, and remaining amount is going to appear. So this is what you have to say, guys. I have to explain some more thing, but that I'll explain in next session.